see our stars. The black mare is 13, I believe, and then her little filly is just turned 4 months old. And I feel sorry for her because she still has all that winter hair.
So you can already see, like, I'm not too far from him. And also when you approach them, the first thing that you should do is you don't want to be the dominant one with these guys. Like Sky, I mean, we both don't try to be like, there's no muscling going on here. It really is respect. So we're basically me and him are gonna work as a team. You'll see us kind of jump in and out with each other. So just kind of, you can, if you have questions, jump in whenever you have a question, because that's the whole point of this, is to educate. And there's so many things you can do as an owner of a horse that can help them go forward. Anything we can do to promote these Mustangs, they are, as Sky always says, America's horses, and this is truly an extraordinary being right here. You can see, and I think he's going to be the one to start with, because he has bodywork needs, but he's also really anxious to get started.
These guys are, 14. We try to give them 14.3 to 15. Sometimes I'm like, okay, you guys need to, look at your measuring stick more, but that's okay. Give me the right build, and there's some in there that are smaller. This, the one that you like so much right there, the shotgun. His name is Shotgun. When we brought him in first sorting, I was standing over there, and he was in the bucket, and I was trying to move him, and he shot his double barrel, and he came right through the wood, the plywood, and went boom right here, and I leaned back, and I could see both frogs right here. So as part of our levels, when you get to level 4 is when I allow you to start working with the wild horse. That's how we wrote the manual, and his qualification of passing level 4 is. I put him in this one. Hey, use this one here if you don't mind, because of the light. We have guys that come out here and they don't last but a few days. They're like, nah, this isn't for me. They're too big. And let's face it, more guys are scared of horses than women, right? So you see them change. They come out. None of them come out here soft. They're talking like they do inside there, and the language. And after a few weeks, you see the language change. About 3 weeks in. So he's just starting to learn his basics of horsemanship and basics of connection. I mean, getting into a lot of connection stuff that we were talking about this weekend, it's more just real basic. But as all that starts to happen, and you start to see the change, you start to see the change in the language, the change in the way he walks. And sometimes the deputies would be like, I don't know if this one's going to make it. Give it some time. Let's see how it goes. My job is really just to be the mentor and help guide them through the process. But it's what the horse does with them and changing their life is where it really sits, because we all know, and working on that connections and those relationships and learn to be vulnerable and grow, they transcends everything in their life.
I like to play with this one. I like to pet him.
I think he likes it too.
What's that?
Let's get something just as clay goes into the round.
So the curiosity I mentioned of her, I mean, she just couldn't help herself. Even though this is more eyes on them than they've had since they've been here. And really, like I said, they are still pretty fresh, because in the process, I mean, what, it was 3 weeks ago? So they haven't had much handling, but it shows you how willing she is to talk about things.
Clay is truly wonderful with the new raw Mustangs and his knowledge. He's a working cowboy. A lot of people have never met a true working cowboy, but he saddles up and he goes up into these mountains here and he herds cattle that are on open range, and you can't get to them. You can't even get to them on a horse. You have to take dogs up there to flush them out of where they're hiding. So that's the work he does. I'm happy to see him really involved in this and sinking his teeth into it. And so he's a great, fantastic resource across the board.
How good he feels and how soft as he is. I don't want to do anything but just leave him alone. Let him feel really good in that spot. This is the release. This is the big release in your session that you're looking for. This is kind of, and just like anything else in life, I guess, but you set goals, you got to be flexible with them. I don't make plans. I have bullet points to what I'd like to do in a day, but there's no sense in making plans. Not in this lifestyle, not with horses, not with cattle, not with anything. You do the best you can with what you got, and you gotta take every win. And if things change, you just gotta go with them. Now, does it bug me that he rubbed his tag up over his ear? That looks uncomfortable. Does it make me want to go spend half the day in the heat getting him to where I can rope him and get it off today? No. But it's those little things you look at and you go, man, I wish I could do that, but
Early on, I had a picture of this place being a wonderful place potentially for the fledgling work that we had begun with veterans and with horses. This place is conducive. Whether you're with friends or comrades or people who have similar traumatic experiences, it has been the case that this place changed people.
So what was that one over there? Let me put my eye on him. So, yeah, that's the one with the little tiny ears. No. So you have the black here, which is 2410.
What we're doing here today, or this weekend, is we're conducting a wild horse and burro adoption. There's 3 things that are going on right now. is we have some horses that are available for the public. We also have horses that have already been adopted on the Wild Horse and Burro online corral. They have already adopted their horse through the internet, and they're here to pick up their horse. And then we have what's going on is an Extreme Mustang Makeover competition for youth. So we have some youths picking up some horses. We have some competitors picking up their horses for the Extreme Mustang Makeover. The biggest thing is like prepare yourself and your horse for success. Prepare yourself for success. It should not be an impulse decision. It should be well thought out and planned. And by all means, you can look us up on the internet. Just type in Wild Horse and Burro Program, and they'll give you your local office, and you can call us, and you can call, if you're from the north or you're from out west, you can call your state. You can call your state representatives. But yeah, just prepare yourself for a journey, because that's what it is. And they are a commitment, And for people that, want to participate in the Adoption Incentive Program, we really encourage people to take that money that you receive for your horse and reinvest it back into your horse, into training. If they have training, they create more than just a monetary value. They create an intrinsic value. And that's what we're really looking for, is get horses trained to create the intrinsic value, to get people to give them homes and to just get them out to the public.
Somewhere in here. Okay. And they all happen to be about 20 miles apart.
There's 50,000 horses standing and holding right now, in holding pens across America. And so we're trying to ride to inspire the adoption of 5,000 of these guys from holding. And we're trying to show through like a variety of different things, like the versatility of the Mustangs. A little bit of backstory. I was entered in an Extreme Mustang Makeover with this guy here. And for that competition, they give you a horse, and then it's just a random horse they throw in your trailer, completely wild, and they say, good luck, we'll see you in 100 days.
We're just leaving the Athens County Fairgrounds this morning. We are headed to Hocking College. We'll be there and we'll be speaking on Tuesday and Friday at 1 p.m. and doing some demos and such with our Mustangs. So if you'd like to, come out and come see us.
Traveling across the country, I've seen several veteran programs that are using Mustangs. These horses have come out of this crazy situation, what was natural for them, and what does that mean to survive that wild environment. That's where the edge lies between the Mustangs and the domestic, because there's a lot of commonality between the veterans and the Mustangs.
This trip has been absolutely incredible, but I think the hardest thing about it is sometimes your best moments are accompanied back to back with some of the worst moments on trail.
Where? Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
This American Discovery Trail crosses, it's the only American non-motorized trail that goes all the way from the Atlantic, Delaware, Atlantic coast, all the way to the Pacific, California.
Yeah, tomorrow's like 10 miles. I can get you all the way over into, over in this area, and then we can Google the rest of the way.
America is blessed with a lot of north-south phenomenal trails. Appalachian, Continental Divide, Pacific Crest. There's nothing that links them. There's no backbone. This is a phenomenal trail. So it zigzags across the country, connecting historic, scenic, cultural places. It divides in Cincinnati. When you're heading west, Cincinnati, you have to decide to go north or south, and then it reunites in Denver and goes on to California.
We're stopping to unload. We have a flat tire on the trail.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. Oh my god. We have everything we need. Just spend the night here. She won't. Yeah, I'm sure we are. She's not gonna.
This whole trip has been really hard, like just sacrifices across the board. One goal I had before I left was like, oh man, it's gonna make me cry, but like I wanted to bring something from each of my family members, and luckily I've been able to do that. But like my grandparents, they put together like my sleeping bag and everything, and like my aunt and uncle gave me a tent, and I'm riding in my dad's saddle. And like my sister got us some cookware that I use every night. And so it's just really cool to like have my family around me all the time on this.